We're heading up the coast from Lima in Peru to Manta in Ecuador. It's about 1,600 kilometres and we have a couple of days at sea. Manta is very close to the equator, and on our way we'll pass through the top of the Humbolt Current, so the sea temperature should pass from cool to warm on the way. That'll be interesting. Manta is our last stop in South America. From there we'll be going to Panama, which is in Central America. We will have traversed the entire west coast of South America from south to north, crossing the equator in the process. This will make the equator crossing by ship number 5 or 6 for us, not pollywogs anymore. Okay, 26th of March. Just left Lima in Peru, that's it. Having a day at sea today on the way up to Manta in Ecuador. Nice little glass off. And up on the deck 10 for book reading, etc, etc. And 26th of March, heading from Lima to Manta. Beautiful green ocean. We spent the days at sea at usual. Drinkypoos, all lemonade of course, except maybe for the occasional cider. Crosswords, reading, etc. Always have the camera handy in case you run across some dolphins or whales. In this case dolphins, lots of dolphins. Not just one patch either, hours of them over both days. Lots of people didn't notice.
See it? Just that.
Just here. There we go, yeah, you can see them just under the surface. Oh, there they are. That's all bait fish. See there? Bait fish there with the birds on. Dolphins all make short work of that. Just passing through a patch with lots and lots of dolphins. Like in small groups. Trying to get some shots. These ones are quite far from the ship, but they're way closer.
Shopping safari.
Don't worry about it. You need a big one.
Joining in the main stage theater for our workshop on our next port call, Manta, and this will be live streamed into the Rolling Stone Lounge on deck 2. Now at 3 p.m. you've got another chance to win $1,000 in jackpot bingo in the Rolling Stone Lounge, and tickets to go on sale.
I don't know if it shows up on camera, but I can see them quite clearly under the water. It's just dolphins everywhere.
next day.
Okay, I got it. Sorry about the water on the hit screen. Had to wait for the boat. Bit of drama. This is Manta in Ecuador. Our next country on the list. Oops. Nice smooth paneling. Just about to go ashore and off on our excursion for today. Looks like they're building a stadium or something over there. Just going through the suburbs, now north of the Atacama Desert, or just north of the Atacama Desert, so things are actually a lot greener here. There's sort of grass growing by the sides of the road and a lot more trees and things like that. Like that. At this roundabout there was a statue of a woman making a Panama hat in the traditional way. Weirdly enough, Ecuador is the home of the Panama hat, not Panama. We passed through this roundabout a few times and every time I was on the wrong side of the bastard bus. Such is life. Got our masks on and keeping them on because the amount of coughing and spluttering and everything going on the bus is incredible. People never learn. People never learn. Now I have to admit going a bit nuts here. We visited a place that used these tagua nuts to make vegetable ivory products. I remember taking a lot of video of people preparing the nuts and making them into buttons and trinkets. They were so hard that the ones spread out on the concrete in the yard to dry, the buses just ran over them to park and nobody batted an eyelid. This is the cross-section of a nut carved into a manatee. It is literally as hard as ivory. We head up to Monte Cristi, a town noted for, yes, Panama hats. These are handmade and as a result can be very expensive, over $1,000 for the best ones.
A good one costs average around 100 to 150 pounds. I'm going to show you here. This is just a small, but I would say like 5 meters, 3 meters. That is no
Loading the bananas. I'm visiting Panama Hat factory. I think we're going back downstairs to see a demonstration of how they make them. It's really the ceiling height on that's about 4 meters. That's the new global church there, the Humbolt Current church.
It's like 3 meters of height. Really, it's really high. Yeah. So before that the leaf of the tortilla gets open, we cut it with a machete. And for example, we use only the part that is inside. The people from here, they cut it and they take out all the green part of the leaf. And they only use this part. Yeah, the white part. And here is something interesting. Depending on the line, they use a little bit of water because it's easier to whip with water. That's the reason probably you see here this bowl of water. Actually, this is a fruit. Yes, sir. We have the toilet buses.
I hope she's not getting paid by the hat.
No worries.
I hope she's not getting paid by the hat.
Yeah.
Related? I just want to know if they have trouble standing up straight after being bent over all day.
Yep.
Que si tienen problemas de espalda. Sí.
So far. You know what you're doing.
You're stretched.
Back trouble.
They spend 2-3 hours, 4 hours.
So Angela succumbed and bought herself a hat. So at least it's a roll-up one so we can get it home in the luggage. We then head off to the village of El Carrillo to see how they make hessian bags by hand. I believe we're in a place called La Joya. And we're going to have a look at basically weaving hemp from agave fibres.
We left them to dry, and then the process is like that to get softer.
He's not doing a very good job as a YouTuber here. That's what they start. And then the guy uses the scraper there to take the flesh off and get the fibres out.
This is the beginning, and then we get this one.
This is how they strip the flesh off and get the fibres out. It'd be interesting, like how long ago did they figure out how to do this?
Only to make one sack wheels.
That process
So this is the way how they get the wheels. They put on the machine, now they use the machine. So
get the really exciting job. That looks like it pops out all the loose stuff. And obviously taking care not to breathe all the dust off that. And this raw material. Making the fibre from the raw and basically spinning it. It's interesting, so you've got multiple workstations on this one machine, and you see you've got like a drum on that main axle that's driven from the metal motor. They slip the belt on to run the spool there.
Wheel, and then he is going to make possible with the loom here
Lines on it.
all the pieces to make possible the sack of made it with cabulla. And all this is a process.
Anyway, that's the end product, and you can hear the weaving loom going in the background.
Yeah, this machine is from 1960, 1940. You wanna do it? I wanna do it. You're the closest, right?
Look at all the stains. Oh my
Okay, so
It really has to be every timing and the position.
so the guy doesn't get paid for doing this.
Oiga, Manolo,
And that's the loom
esto es
there.
tradicional, pero esto ya no lo hacen, ya lo hacen.
Genuine handmade piece of machinery. And there's a hammer laying on the floor that should be done.
Pero yo ahorita dónde lo hago.
And the guy he's operating it. And the rate he can operate it at is incredible. He says he does about 80 to 100 meters a day.
Usted ya no hace esto.
Use it.
Solamente es demostración.
Just roughly. That's Manta out there. In Ecuador. And the breeze blowing up from the ocean is beautiful and cool. Back to the coast. Yeah. The ship over there. I think we've got one more stop before we go back to the ship. wooden boats. Frigate birds. Yep. This fish market I was bitching about this morning that was on the wrong side of the ship. Restaurants and stuff like that along the waterfront. Closer up to the ship. See everything down there? It's sort of fairly shallow. A lot of fishing boats. These are tuna boats. And a few in there near that building with the peaks on it are sports fishing for tuna. There's one or two taxis along here. The taxis are the yellow cars in case of it. Sort of like, yeah. These tuna, whoops, yep, start that again. These are tuna boats with the lookout on the top of the mast there. It's evidently a big product here in Manta. Okay, so this is one of the tuna boats. Don't give the poor fish much of a bloody chance. You've got a helicopter on the front there for spotting, and then they would just run a net around the whole school and then that's it. So that explains what that helicopter was that buzzed the ship a week or so ago. It would be one of these tuna helicopters. Come on, zoom, zoom. I missed it. There's a helicopter there landing on one of the tuna boats. It's pretty squeaky space to get in. This is the coastline in front of the town. A lot of beaches, a few people surfing. Just launching a boat out through the surf here. They're quite shallow, there's another couple of boats up there. Much further they're going to push it. Need to fire the motor up soon, I think. Get up under his own steam now. So this is the feature called Monte Cristi, I think. In the town seems to have been like over there on that flank, and the little village where we saw them making sort of like the hemp stuff called Carrillo, it's up in there. So as Manta recedes into the distance, this is our last night in the southern hemisphere. It's been as far south as 54 degrees down at Ushuaia, so we've come about 5,500 kilometres north from there over the last couple of weeks. We'll cross the equator tonight. We're less than 100 kilometres from the equator now, and pass into the northern hemisphere. So when I wake up in the morning and start munching my cornflakes, we'll be in the northern hemisphere and it'll be spring. Nice moonrise. That night we head off to Panama City. It's over 1,000 kilometres, so we'll have another day at sea. I was going to stay up until we crossed the equator, but due to our course and speed, that didn't happen until 3 a.m, way past my bedtime. I would have loved to have seen the GPS roll over from the southern hemisphere to the north. We'll have some time in Panama City to have a look around, and then we'll pass through the Panama Canal to the Caribbean Sea for our final stop. Hope you'll join us for that video. Thanks for watching and see you then.